Too big because I can imagine myself.
Alright, so we're like out here in the middle of nowhere. In a steep rocky road. Or not, a dirt road. That has this good safety fence holding us in case we go off the edge.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Now, if we get too close to the edge, kind of like Dave is here, it's just kind of a ways down there. Yeah, it's actually kind of pretty. A lot of those trees you're seeing off in the distance, or in the foreground, pretty much everywhere, are eucalyptus trees. And as we were just discussing in the truck, there are 450 some different varieties.
457.
Most of which are poisonous.
Fire coming through.
And this is Peter, our driver, who's smashing up some eucalyptus things for us to sniff on.
Pretending to be a koala.
There we go. And this is our vehicle that we're traveling in.
Would you like to be
It's licensed to eat, seat 13, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it seats or fits 13.
Yeah, I smell it. It's
Kind of tight. So anyway, it says here road closed to vehicular traffic beyond this point. It actually said that while we began this, and of course no overtaking or passing as we head for this bridge where we've been asked to get out and walk across so that the vehicle doesn't weigh more than a certain amount, but I can't imagine how we'd be the determining factor.
I'll try and give one of them a bigger piece and see if it will belt the food on the ground.
No, underneath the stick. Whoops.
Oh, she missed
No,
it.
no, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was a bit unfortunate, wasn't it?
Oh. It does look like our dog.
How to take it? Come on.
These are kookaburras getting fed kangaroo meat.
a real Australian experience, isn't it?
Like a huge dinner plate sticking off the side of the tree, and it was in the process of growing a baby, family, the tree across here. It was a tribute to people coming through each week, and hundreds do, that it was allowed to continue growing. Nowadays Australians are far more conscious of the environment and the need to preserve it. When I was a kid, something like that was there just to be reefed down. The technical term for that fungus is humongous fungus. How does that sound, Bob? Pretty technical?
Yes. Sounds like something my husband would say.
Yeah, but it's true. Your husband is a man
Someone
of
not even
technical
to try
taste.
it.
So they're all full of crap?
Do we have in our midst any lawyers?
Yes.
We do actually, yes.
We have Dave.
No, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, we're gonna sacrifice him now?
Don't put me at that level in the food chain, please.
I am one, yeah.
With all respect, this vine is known as a lawyer vine.
A lawyer vine? Why?
One's a liar.
Slightly crooked. Latches onto anything it's thrown away let go.
Wait, I heard about this one.
Yesterday,
Telling passengers about this a few months ago. One was a judge from the United States. He thought after a while, yeah, that's not a bad description for
and then he slapped the red on you.
we go.
I won't let go.
Lawyer?
And flicks the business card in the window in the event of an accident.
We go uphill for about 50 yards or so, and then hang a left, And if you look down roughly in that direction, you'll see at the giant tree, there's a tree pointing to it. And we'll pull up there for a moment at the giant tree. There is a sign there.
Looking at little curlicues on here. By the way, the thing we're walking through or visiting right now is known as the Cathedral of Ferns. And, strangely enough, it's just full of ferns.
Yeah.
That's a giant tree.
One
You know
reason.
what I noticed? Nobody's carved their initials in it yet.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Strange, yeah.
One reason it wasn't cut down by loggers
Yeah.
is the angle at which it's going to the ground. It didn't lend itself readily to putting in platforms to come down in stages.
You ever see the way you got that road in the northwest there, northern California, there's like a big tree. They would notch in there and they put like a plank out.
Yeah.
And I just stand there at the hammer.
Yeah, with this angle there, they didn't want to do that.
No, is that the way you used to do it here?
Yep.
They'd put it in there and it'd just be
Yeah.
like a board and one guy on one side, one on the other.
Yeah, tremendous work.
Yeah.
And another reason is that it had been damaged by lightning.
Uh-huh.
These days loggers wouldn't get a look at a tree like this. When they were logging forests like this, as far as they were concerned, they would chop down a tree like this if it was straight and use it in things like bridges, knowing that it was softwood and only had a life expectancy of perhaps 10 or 12 years as a bridge.
We have a lot of laws now they call it old growth and they don't
Yeah.
want to cut it.
Yeah,
Old growth timber.
you can imagine the root system needed to hold a tree of this weight at that angle. The great gum trees are those that I mentioned over that way. They grow very tall and straight. Through here, you'll notice that some of the fern trees are growing quite tall, certainly up to 50 feet. I find an area like this very peaceful and serene. It is a beautiful part. We're not all that far from Sydney, but we could well be 1,000 miles from Sydney and from the city life. I worked for Dell for about 3 years on weekends, driving buses before I retired, and spent a lot of time on weekends coming out on this trip, and found it quite a good break after working during the week with murderers, rapists, armed robbers, paedophiles, junkies, the whole range of criminal behaviour. To come out here and be in a rainforest with people from overseas who are pretty interested in the country was good. I thought I might mention before we set off that I do check everybody's record before you come. Yeah. Those Vegemite sandwiches are starting to look pretty good.
Want a picture with both of you?
No, that's okay. I'm not photographic.
So there, what are we doing now?
Just got them for our lunch at the Imperial, and we'll be leaving soon.
Are we having fun, Kelly?
Good time.
This is an old Victorian ballroom. Most, about half these people are in the same vehicle we are and really have fun. They had a little buffet luncheon for us. A little fireplace to warm us up. And here is the outside of the Imperial Hotel where we had our luncheon.